Hi, it's Tony from CassetteComeback.com, and today I'm just going to do a quick video on one cassette because, well, I did this video recently on crap cassettes, the Type Zeros, and I have like a bag of them. The cassettes that I got when I bought lots of cassettes, didn't particularly want these, but they came with them and I just stashed them to a side. And one of them that I found in there was this one. Pyral, 5-star studio quality. Straight away, setting alarm bells off. So, Pyral, however, turned into what we now know as recording the masters, as far as I know. So, initially I thought, yeah, it's another 70s Type Zero. I like the gold embossing, it's nice. But, I just dismissed it as another 70s Type Zero piece of crap. And then I started looking at it a bit, and it's like, no, hang on a second. Ferrite adjusted bias studio quality. High output, low noise. Ah, right, yes, that's the Type 0 word is there. Extra wide dynamic range. Pyral's finest cassette. Test results inside each cassette. And then I saw this. Let's open it up. And you look at the tape, it's like, yes, black shell, paper label, Type 0. But the cassette itself, visually, isn't what's interesting. I started looking at the J-card. Now, we see here, Rhône Poulenc Films. Now, Rhône Poulenc is a very big French chemical company. Like BASF is a very big German chemical company. And it says made in England, but, a lot of cassettes were made in England, in inverted commas, they're more assembled. But reading further in the J-card, this is what got me intrigued. Use ferrochrome bias switch on most machines. Now, if we look at the tape, the J-card itself, it doesn't actually say anything on this. It doesn't say Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. It doesn't say anything. But inside it says, use a ferrochrome bias switch. So it's a ferrochrome Type 3. But then this bit really intrigued me. But the cassette will also operate on ferric normal bias on most quality cassette decks. Use 120 microsecond equalization. What? A Type 3 that you can use as a Type 1, even though there's actually no indication of what this is. So I figure, now I look at the tape, this is very brown tape. But it's shiny, it's well calendared. This might be worth a test as long as it doesn't shed all over my deck heads. Okay, so I reckon I need to give this tape a fair crack of the whip because it is old, so I'm going to use my Dragon because that makes the best out of most tapes, even though the Dragon can't take Type 3. So I'm going to do as it said in the J-card, which is strange. Type 3, but run it as a Type 1. Okay. Now, let's calibrate it up. Now, there's going to be test tones now, so if you're listening through headphones, be wary. Okay? Here they come. Not bad hiss. Right, let's get the level. Right, the level is pretty stable. I like that. Let's check the bias. Well, the azimuth sorts itself out, because when that flashes on the Dragon, it means that it's auto-calibrating the azimuth. But, yeah. Bias stable-ish. Pretty stable. Level stable. Good. Right, let's put some of my tune through it. Turn it down a bit. We don't want to push it too hard. We don't know how good it's going to be. Okay, so it's gone above 0. Peaking about 3 right now. As compared to the source. This ain't a Type 0. Let's crank this a bit. Source. Okay, it doesn't like it so much up there. The top end's rolling off. Let's take it back down. What to do? I'll take this back down to peaking about 3, and I'll increase the output of the deck. Back to the source. Well, as I say, there's nothing more surprising than a surprise. So I don't know quite what to make of that. I tried to do some research on this, and usually the regular places that I find stuff out, like vintage cassettes and 45 spaces, don't really know when this was made. I mean, 45 spaces has this listed as a Type 1. And technically, if you just look at this, you think, yeah, that's a Type 1 stroke Type 0. It's only when you read this on the inside that you should use a ferrochrome bias switch on most machines. So it's actually a Type 3 that you can use as a Type 1, or is it? I mean, it's a strange one. I mean, I don't know the dates, but I'd hazard a guess this is mid-70s, late 70s at the latest, maybe. But if we look again at the tape is very brown. This doesn't have any cobalt doping to it from what I can see, but it is very well calendared and very smooth. So potentially, could this be, even though at 5 peaking at 7 it started to roll off the top end, this sounded a hell of a lot better than I thought it would, and it has any right to at this age and this sort of quality. It is heavy. It's a heavy tape, this. But could this possibly be the first Superferrite? I know Superferrite's normally a cobalt dope, but this certainly performed a lot better than, if we look at, say, a Scotch Highlander from this time, or, the Type Zeros. This did perform a lot better, even better than the D of this time period, to be honest. It's really surprising. So maybe these claims of studio quality aren't just hyperbole. And that is one of the joys of this hobby, because you never know what you're going to find. Sat in a box for ages, not used, pulled it out for pure curiosity, and you know what? I'm going to record a good album or two on this because it seems decent. And I also checked the heads and the dragon, and they weren't caked in any sort of oxide neither, so it's held up well. Very impressed, very happy. So that was a little short video for you. As always, please like and subscribe, spread the word, and don't forget, join our Facebook group where we chat about stuff like this if your life is empty enough to want to chat about tapes on a Facebook group. Because mine is. Because I ain't a Ferrari test driver. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.